Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now you may notice a couple of different things. The first thing is of course the video length, and the second thing is the lack of intro. I figured since I did the intro last time for Windsor when I made a whole story about it, it's supposed to be like an 100 subscriber special, wanted to make it nice and special for you guys. I decided to not use an intro today because today we are going to be showing the progression of Windsor. I don't really know. Yeah, it's a speed build video. Like most of my videos, it's going to be a speed build video, and it's also going to be a video of me talking for 1 hour straight. But I think I've done that before on the channel. I don't really know, though. I don't really recall. But anyways, I'm off the crack for this video, so we won't have to worry about that. And I'm going to be showing you guys the process of actually building up Windsor and making it look all nice and snazzy and fun. It was definitely a really fun build to make a failing city in the City Skylines 2. I really wanted to encapsulate like that old-timey feel to downtown that still added in that like progressive modernist feel. Like all those things where like the city tried to fix things and then it just didn't work. And I think I got it down pretty freaking well. I mean, like if you just look at the intersection, like I wanted really everything to look old and just kind of simple, like I like the intersection, it's not something that's like super duper complex. And, it's nothing that, like, took me forever, even though I was very nitpicky about this railroad because I absolutely despise building railroads, and if you ever make me build a railroad, I will start to cry. But anyways, there's a couple of really nice spots in this city. The first thing is this main little road, this main arterial road, if you want to be specific about it, that connects down into the freeway. Because I'm pretentious. Whoa, big error there. I don't know what that was about. I know the Move It mod does cause a little bit of errors, so, if you are using the Move It mod, be a little careful sometimes. I wanted to get it as low as I could so that those little pillars were there, and then I just covered them up by elevated roads, so I guess it didn't really matter. I guess, like, a part of me was, like, I really wanted, like, yeah, like a bridge like that. That was, like, something that I was really going for, and it was, like, it was messing me up, man. It was messing me up of having those, like, elevated pillars. After all, why wouldn't a city be creating anti-homeless structures, right? Like, why wouldn't they be? I mean, a place where all the homeless could probably live underneath the bridge. Yeah, we'll cover it up with a bunch of, elevated roads, a bunch of walls so that they don't have as much space as they did. At least I like to imagine that Windsor probably did that at some point. Now, creating this, I was going to add in a bunch of trees. I was going to actually make a lot of trees, like a lot of forest area. I realize that that's not super realistic, especially along a freeway or a highway like ramp, because you don't want to go on the ramp and then it's like, oh, geez, I can't see where the cars are. I guess I'm just going to turn now. I was not going to do that. But if I actually get on with the building and I don't just stop fiddling around with the road, I actually got on to making a pretty awesome supermarket. Now, the thing is with these supermarkets, right? When you want to build supermarkets or any sort of custom building, I found this one where it's ploppable buildings or something like that. It's not the plop the growables mod. I think it's called static buildings. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure it was called static buildings, but I wasn't too entirely sure. I'll check, and I might put it down in the description if I remember. But anyways, yeah, no, so supermarkets, right? Who doesn't love a supermarket? This is what I wanted to build right here, and it's gonna be right near the freeway, so you can just get off of the freeway, go to the supermarket, and then get the hell out, because who really likes Windsor anyways? I tried to create a custom road. It didn't work out because I was like, bleh. But this is the start of the industrial area / the supermarket area. The supermarket was the biggest pain in the butt I have ever done in my entire life, and I will die on that hill. I do not know why it was so utterly difficult to make this building, but I think it was just getting the shape right. Supermarkets are generally big. Honestly, this would be considered like a small local supermarket, like if I'm being completely honest here. And I think that the only reason is just because it's not massive. It's not big. It's not It's not a big area. It doesn't encompass a large enough area in order for it to be, you know, considered a massive supermarket of sorts. And so I created this using this suburban road that I made, which added in little sidewalks, you know, like a little area on the side, a whole load of stop signs, which I guess I got rid of that. That kind of stinks. I feel like that would have made it more realistic because, oh, you know what? No, not really. I mean, I've driven, you know, obviously I can drive, so I've driven on areas like that before. It's nothing crazy. And then here it is, me creating the actual area for the supermarket. Now, the funny thing is about these static buildings is the fact that, of course, you don't need them to actually connect up to a road. So I can just kind of place them freely, and I can also clip them through each other without a bunch of weird error messages popping up. It's perfect for, like, where my mind went when I was using these builds. I was like, you know, I wonder if somebody's ever created, like, a post-apocalyptic city in City Skylines 2. New video idea? New video idea, guys? Perhaps, maybe? No, I gotta stick with Sonder County, at least for a little while. I know I've abandoned this series in the past, like, more often than I'd like to admit, and I think that just a big reason for that is because of the fact that, like, save data gets corrupted first, because the road builder mod updated, and then, you know, a bunch of mod issues, and the first Sonder County I was using a map that I didn't feel comfortable with using. It was a whole, like, smorgasbord of things. But now Sonder County's back. Sonder County's back, and it is better than ever. And this is definitely a testament to that. I mean, like, the way that this supermarket actually came out was absolutely amazing. I loved it. You can see me placing it down, and I noticed that the Japanese Regions Pack is by far the greatest and just best asset that you could ever throw into building one of these, because they have that nice, like, white top on top of them that's nice and flat. Very, very common to see in supermarkets in general. So this was going to be the back area where you could, like, go in and make some deliveries, and I love the fact that there was, like, a window area on top. That's why I love these. Look at that. That looks awesome. Like, it's a little extra floor, which I feel like could have been, like, office space, something like that, like, because a lot of supermarkets usually have, like, a second floor above the storage area where you can, you know, hold meetings, where, you know, representatives for the company might be, all sorts of things. So I actually don't have a name for this supermarket, and I'm not super duper good with grocery store names. So you know what? How about you guys leave down something in the comments below when I finally finish this up. You know, share me some details, because I think that, you know, we've grown quite the large community over the past couple of months. You know, ever since I started this channel, it's been just complete growth, and you know, I'm really happy about that. I really, really like the idea that you know, you guys have been here with me for this long. I never would have thought that I would have gotten, you know, 100 subscribers, and I know that that's not like, oh my goodness, that's like a huge amount, dude. Like, it's not, but it's still like an amount. Like, that's like a lecture hall size classroom, you know? Like, I'm teaching a lecture right now to like 100 or so kids, and I think that that is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, you know what's something I forgot for this build? I forgot shopping carts. I can't even believe it. Oh, no. Oh, God, now I have to delete the recording and start over. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that I forgot that. You know what? No, this build is so unbelievably detailed. It's probably my most detailed build thus far. I don't want to, you know, I'm not a person who details, like, entire towns. I'll detail, like, special areas. Like this is a special area that I'd probably put in, like, oh, thumbnail for a video or something like that, you know, like, something along the lines of there. This back area, I kind of wanted it to be sort of like a maintenance office area, you know, something where they can handle mail, they can handle like the real stuff that goes on in the company. I want to imagine that this grocery store probably is a larger chain of stores, but I don't really, you know, it can kind of go both ways, you know, it might be a big one, might be a small one, you never know, huh? And then this was me just kind of fiddling around, seeing like, oh man, well, this place is probably gonna need a hospital at some point, and I was just messing around, and I got curious about about this big old building that's apparently in Moscow, I'm pretty sure. I think if I read the description correctly, it's in Moscow, which is pretty freaking cool. You know, I think City Skylines 2 as a whole is just kind of missing large buildings just in general. You know, oh, here we go, going in with the detailing. There we go. Sorry, we're going on a tangent now because this is where I start to detail and make the supermarket look really dirty and disgusting and ugh. Yeah, look at that. The back area, I imagine it's never cleaned. I imagine the front's probably like power washed once a month or something like that. You know, they keep it clean. But the back, it's just like nobody's going to see it. You know, it's not even like it's in public eye, you know? Like at the end, I think I put a bunch of fences around it so you can't really see it. Originally, I was going to place them down in the front, but I was just like, it's not an abandoned area. I wouldn't say that per se. All I have to do really is just place down some grocery, like I have to just like clip in some commercial areas on the inside, and then it'll sort itself out. But right now, nobody actually uses the parking lot, which makes it look like the building isn't actually being used, which is a bit annoying. But I think we could probably fix that in the future. Went in, you know, adding in, making sure everything looked just disgusting and gross and, you know, nasty. Did add in this little white area, though. You know, it kind of looks like a curb, so I was like, you know, I'll just throw that in there. And then just some fences going around it. I think I built this at like midnight too. That's the thing. I lost a lot of sleep. So make sure to smash that like button and leave a like down in the description below if you guys like this. Added in a bunch of lights, which I then removed, and that was literally it. Yeah, like I did a lot of demolition in this video. It wasn't fun. You're gonna see me tear down the downtown like twice because I just wasn't happy about how it came out. And overall, it's just, whew, man, it's a mess. I mean, this was like 4 hours of footage too, so you guys can imagine like how much it was to just sit here and place down buildings in a fake video game. You know, it's stuff like that makes me realize like, oh geez, well, I'm spending quite a bit of time doing this. But, you know, it's all for the greater good. It's anything for content. Anything for content, of course. Did I actually add that in? Oh, I did. Yes, I did, in fact, add that in. I think I then added in some, added in some lights there. And then I'm pretty sure I added in some, like, vents and stuff on the roof. Because, you know, you got to keep that place cold. You got to keep the meat from going rotten. Yes, here I go. I'm making stuff now. I am putting stuff on the roofs because that is what we do. That's what we do at Yap City. We put things on the roofs and we waste your guys' time by watching speed builds for City Skylines 2. And I always wondered about my audience, like, you know, how you guys generally find these videos. Like, I've never heard my voice, you know, outside of my own throat. So it's interesting to see how people actually hear my voice. Do you guys hear me as like an awesome, like, who's like a really hot guy, like Ryan Reynolds? Yeah. Am I like literally Ryan Reynolds, guys? Am I literally him? I think I might be. Ryan Reynolds does not do this, though. He does not play City Skylines. Or maybe he does. You know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he does play City Skylines, too. He probably does. I mean, there's a good chance. City Skylines is a pretty, like, big gaming series. I remember talking to one of my coworkers at work the other day, about a week ago, and, you know, I was actually, funny enough, I was watching one of my own YouTube videos to make sure I got everything right, because I tend to do that just to, you know, just to really make sure that, like, I didn't, you know, screw up the resolution or whatever. And he kind of peered over my shoulder and he was like, what is that, City Skylines? And I was like a little kid in a candy store. I was like, oh my god, this guy knows about City Skylines, what the hell? Like, I was so ecstatic, and I just looked at him and I was like, you know what City Skylines is? And he was like, yeah, I got it for like my girlfriend the other day. And it's pretty cool. I was like, oh my god, people do actually play this game. It's not just on Reddit, it's outside of Reddit. Redditor meets somebody with a similar interest for the first time, not clickbait. And then there was a bunch of water issues for the county. Yeah, we're going back to the county now. I no more small talk for like the next 5 minutes. I kind of got to do this in spurs, okay? I'm trying to record this in one take, and it's an hour long. So I do this to myself, honestly. And then we're placing down lights because I'm not making an electrical line that goes all the way over to Grapeseed. It's not happening. I think something that is missing from this city when I did finish it was I didn't connect up one of the transformer stations to Windsor. So it's just getting power from Grapeseed's transformer station, which, that sucks. But, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. Oh, and then I got curious to see how my rail system works. Yeah, no, it's terrible. I think it's because I never really edited it. Don't worry. Should we have an episode dedicated to me fixing the rail lines in the county? It's a very mountainous area. Like, there is not a lot of flat land to mess with. I mean, a lot of the areas... Actually, no, Grapeseed wasn't really terraformed. It was kind of just a convenient flat area. I would say Grapeseed's farming area was definitely terraformed. I think from my own memory, I'm pretty sure it was terraformed. And I don't know why I did that. I knew it was going to replace the road, and I still did it. Anyways, but hey, yeah, look at this. Look at this, man. Man, I cannot just get these sidewalk roads. I cannot get these correct, can I? For the life of me, I cannot. There we go. I finally did it. Jeez, man. You can tell that I don't really watch these videos, and I just kind of go in blind with the voice recording. I think it's just because, you know, I want to get these videos out quick, and it's not honestly, that's the opposite of laziness. If I want to get them out and get them done, I mean, my schedule is, it's ugly right now. This area, anyways, we're going back to the county. Don't worry, that's the end of the spur right now. We're going back to the county so I can make a failed construction area. I think that this is definitely realistic. I mean, you know, I live like a mile, maybe 3 miles away from Newburgh. And yeah, I know a bunch of you guys probably just gagged at the thought of me living near Newburgh. Don't worry, I don't actually go there. But I do have to travel through it sometimes. I do have to drive through it sometimes. And you know what? I've seen an area like this. There was an area where a road was under construction for like a year, maybe 2 years. I think it's still under construction. I don't even know. Or like the Newburgh Beacon Bridge up in like right near Newburgh, obviously. It's just like always under construction. There's always a lane closed. There's always something going on. I think there was like a petition a couple years ago about like you guys gotta tear down this freaking bridge, man. It's gonna fall apart. And they're like, no, I don't really feel like it. I'd say a good comparison to Newburgh would be Beacon, but Beacon actually tried to make things look nice. Like Beacon like kind of tried, and they kind of succeeded. They made the main street all pretty and stuff, and I think that's kind of cool. They like did a good version of, I don't know, I don't really remember. All I know is that they did create like some neat stuff. They created some neat things. But yeah, no, I added this, and I covered it up with some trees. I figured that this area should probably be covered in trees, and then a little thing, a little commercial plaza of sorts, perhaps a little commercial plaza. I'm so indecisive with these buildings. I feel like we need another... I think I'm just getting impatient with the asset modding. I thought that asset modding was going to release after the Regions pack. It made sense, but when do City Skylines players ever get what they want? We don't get anything that we want. I mean, we did for like a pretty fat deal of time, and then it was just like, no, I don't really feel like it anymore. I like saying that. It's just like, no, I don't feel like it. Because, it fits to a lot of different situations, like, it just fits. Being able to... Why did I place that building down? I guess it's just funny how I realized, oh, that fits. I could probably just put a bug, like, commercial area. No, I placed down industry near it, which I'm pretty sure I got rid of. Oh, little parks. Man, I'm really, like, clueless about what I actually did for this video, did I? Oh my goodness, it is ugly. I think once I saw all these warehouses popping up, I realized, wait a minute. Grapeseed's farming area doesn't have them. That's why they built a bunch of warehouses instead of actual industry. So I placed it down, and then, oh man, wouldn't you know it, there was a bunch of little workers and stuff that went over there, and it was just little farming silos, which makes sense. It makes sense, But yeah, this was pretty much what I did for the first half of the recording. No, first third or fourth area of recording. Yeah, don't worry. We're like 20% done with this video. It's crazy. Anywho, I followed this guy home. I wanted to see where he was going. Quite the journey to get back to Grapeseed. This guy went all the way over to the store. Like, what did he need? What did he require from the store that was that important? He went over to just a supermarket in the middle of nowhere with a weird highway ramp connected to it. Clearly it was important if he went all this way. Like, look, bam, he went like hella far. Like, that is insane. Yeah, and then he ended up there. Like, I just followed this guy home. I actually followed a lot of people home. I like to see the little traffic move around the county. I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness, look at the nightlife. It looks so pretty and fun. Oh my goodness, it looks so pretty. Yeah, I really like this build so far. I think it's Alright, and we're back. So I made these little lakes off camera because I was bored and it was after school and I had work and I was like, what the hell, you know? Alright, and we're back. So I made these little lakes off camera because I was bored and it was after school and I had work and I was like, what the hell, you know? So, excuse me, sorry. This was a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie. So this is the downtown area for Windsor, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. It was the most egregiously difficult thing that I've, I think ever created, ever in my life. I'm not good at creating big cities, first of all. That's, not something I do. I think it's just because, I don't like to watch things... Well, no, I do like to watch things naturally grow, but it's, it's hard for me to figure out how to plan out an already existing city, you know? And... man, especially with Windsor. I think Windsor's gonna be the only case where I actually build an already established city. If I want to establish, an actual city in the future, I'm gonna do it slowly, because... This, look, I think it worked, okay? I think it worked. I think it worked nicely. But do I think that it could have been improved? Yeah, I think so. I think everything can always be improved, you know? Mulligans, right? That's the word of the day. That's the question of the day. To or to not take a mulligan. That is a question. That looks like a really cool hotel. I need to remember where that is because that would look really cool in one of those highway rest areas where those hotels are, those cheap hotels that everybody despises. I know I despise them. So this is going to be kind of the main street, similar to Grapeseed because, we only have so many assets to work with. I know, I could place down some custom buildings and I could do all that, but why, man? Why would I do that to myself? I don't think that this was, none of this was mixed, so it was easier for people to file in and, live there. I don't think that's super realistic. I feel like a city would probably have some mixed use. And then I found these cool little green stripes. I was going to put those everywhere, but I was like, wait, but people walk on these. They do look pretty cool, though. They look pretty legit. I might use them in, a smaller town. Maybe Grapeseed will get one. I don't know. But it's funny, though, because the suburban road that I used in Grapeseed and also used in Windsor, I wasn't, super fond with it. I was like, this isn't super realistic, given the fact that a lot of people, whenever they use a sidewalk, it's usually definitely not in their neighborhood, especially if they live in the suburbs or something like that, I never really understood it, but, I guess that's fine. I wish there was, a road that was like an alleyway, but, not. I don't know, I think I'm just being nitpicky. Or it would have roads and you can, custom configure them. I don't like the fact that we have to use a mod in order to configure roads. And the fact that it's way more detailed as a mod than I feel like the developers would be able to make. It's very interesting, It's a very confusing thing. But yeah, no, this part of the video is not real. It's not real. It's not real. Don't look at it. Don't view it. It's not a real thing that actually happened. I'm pretty sure, I did develop a pretty cool downtown eventually, but this is, the first attempt at me actually building one using the row homes. So I guess you could say that this city did technically evolve naturally, but it also didn't at the same time, given the fact that it's, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, I don't know. It's difficult for me to have opinions, but whoa, look at this traffic. Yeah, it was in gridlock because that one dude was just sitting there. I always wondered this about my videos, coming onto a nice topic of conversation here. Do you guys want me to talk about what I'm building as much as I am talking about just random things that are going on? Because you know what? I think, me personally, I'm still attempting to find that, like, balance between talking about just, like, random topics of discussion and just, like, you know, I want these videos to kind of be one where you can kind of just put it on in the background, chill out, you know, do some laundry, eat some dinner or whatever, and just kind of hang out, maybe throw in some words of advice. I mean, last video, I got quite a lot of critiques, and don't worry, guys, again, I'm off the crack for this episode. So, which, by the way, I cannot get over that comment. It is great. If you guys really want to see it, you guys just got to check out my most viewed video, and that's the one where he's like, whoa, usually I have to, like, speed up the video or something, but I got to slow it down, get off the crack, man, and I was like, this guy's golden. But yeah, no, he left a lot of good advice, and a lot of other viewers did too. So you know what? I appreciate you guys for actually leaving down some words of advice here for me. It definitely helps. It helps a lot. I'm not a person who absolutely despises and hates constructive criticism. If anything, I highly recommend it. You know, and if there's any videos or anything out there that I can use for reference or whatever, or like any ways I can make my editing better, just let me know, guys. Like, genuinely, I feel very inclined to mention that. You know, it's definitely, like, important for me to hear your guys' feedback, and, you know, again, I appreciate it, you know. Anyways, yeah, so we're just building up the industrial sector. That's the reason why I wasn't really, like, talking about what I was actually building, because I was just honestly placing down buildings, just filling in the gaps. I mean, you know, trying to make the area look a little old. By now, you can kind of see some stuff starting to develop, I'd say. Some things were starting to develop in this part of the video. I could have very well recorded this in 3 different episodes, but I'm not a jerk, and I respect your guys' time. Instead of, like, having to wait a week per video, and I want to get this video out before I have to work for the entire week, because, ugh, it is not fun. Anyways, yeah, no, so this entire build was just me adding in some buildings, you know, crunching some numbers, trying to get that population up. I have a nice Google Doc sheet, and it says that the town of Windsor has to be 22,160 people. And we are getting close to that goal. We're getting close to that goal. By the end of this episode, I'm pretty sure we were at like 9,000. So we definitely still have a little bit of work to do. And, you know, given that it's a city, we can definitely cram in some other things. Oh, look at that. People are going into shops. People are walking. Okay, good. Good. I got nervous for a second, and I was like, uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sitting here still. What am I on Instagram Reels? Get off Instagram Reels. Hey. There you go. There you go. Wake back up. Nope. He's asleep again. Okay. Are you gonna... Stop! Your city's developing! Please! You have to hurry! There you go. There you go, buddy. I don't know what I was doing. I guess I was just kind of sitting there like, oh, God, I still have a lot of work to do. It's okay, though. It's okay, though. It's not like I hate doing this. Obviously, I keep saying a bunch of comments or rather, I keep making a bunch of comments about myself, like, trying to validate what I'm doing. But I'm just a content creator on YouTube. Like, it's not like I have a million subscribers, and it's like, oh, man, you know, like, this freaking guy, he doesn't talk about his build the whole series, but it's like, dude, this video is 56 minutes long. Like, what do you expect, man? But you know what? This is definitely a video that showcases, like, the fact that, you know, when you build cities, when you build any sort of failing city, it definitely takes a long time to get it established, because like when you build any sort of city that's supposed to look like it's failing or supposed to look like it's old, you gotta have an history. And that's why I wrote the story of Windsor, because of the fact that it's a developing story, you know, like the story of Sonder County. It never ends. And especially because I want this to be sort of like a community-driven type of project. Like any sort of requests you guys do, I add them to a big old list, and I do them. And oh my gosh, I'm tweaking out about those homes. I like things a certain way, people, okay? And then here we go, going in with some nice suburban homes. There was an area of this little video here where I did fill in that area near the lake with a bunch of low-density homes. It wasn't anything special. I don't even think I saved the save data for that because it was just like, I don't really know what to do with it, you know? Anyways, yeah, so look at all this. Look at all this. Yeah, you see the fact that, like, pedestrians can't get in? You know, it's a problem, man. It's such a big issue. It's definitely something that I didn't really like that much. I didn't like the fact that I have to keep adjusting these homes. City Planner Plays built the exact same road. How come mine is not working? It's a problem. Gosh, this is a first world problem, guys, and now I'm tweaking out about it. I think that's a pretty good Moist Critical impression. What do you guys think?
Hey guys, it's me, Charlie, and today I'm going to be pulling something out of my analogies box. Make sure to like and subscribe so that I can insult more random people on the internet who do really bad things. And, yeah, so get ready for me to talk for the next 20 minutes about, City Skylines 2. You know, recently City Skylines 2 has definitely become quite the game. I've grown pretty fond of it. Of the past couple of years, and you know, I even played it on a live stream past couple of weeks. I remember getting a comment talking about, you know, you should quit YouTube, and then I killed him off of the stream. You actually heard the screams in the background.
That was either a really good Moist and Critical impression, or that was a really bad one. That was probably really bad, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm also like, I can do that impression, I feel like, to the T. Like, from what my friends have told me, they're like, dude, no, you're, like, really good at the Moist Critical impressions. And I'm like, oh, thanks. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, am I really good at it, though? Like, am I, like, really good to where I could, like, make a video and people be like, holy crap, it's Moist Critical. Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, Lord. Man, when am I gonna get done with this video, dude? I wanna go smoke some joints. No, I'm kidding. I don't smoke, obviously. Gosh. Here's the next episode. So this video, this is the last bit. This is where I go in and I fix, like, everything and I detail everything up. So I had a new vision today. This was day 3 of me working on this. I try to work on my videos 1 hour at a time so I don't burn myself out, and it doesn't work. But this was because my save data was just, like, busted. Like, this stuff was freaking done, man. Like, you see how it's brighter now? It's literally just because of the fact that it's, like, man, it was, like, City Skylines 2 was just not working, dude. I had to uninstall it, and then I had to clear its cache, and then I don't even know how I got it to work. I think it was just luck of the draw. It just felt like working. Originally, I was going to create an awesome little baseball field here, but then I realized that I probably shouldn't build a little baseball area there, given the fact that, you know, that there's a street right there, and there's also office buildings. So if somebody hits a baseball there, like, that's not going to be very good for business. Not going to be very good for business, all right? But I did build a high school. It was originally going to be this one because I wanted it to look old, but then I was like, wait a minute! What if I build a new high school in an attempt to reform the town? Yeah, this was the greatest idea I've ever had in my entire life. And look at this. Yeah, a roundabout, but it's like a proper roundabout. I learned some tricks from the old Sonder County save, which I still have on a nice little flash drive, so maybe we'll revisit it in the future. But anyways, yeah, no, I built out a really awesome and super duper cool high school using the small high school. I really like the small high school asset. It just looks really nice. Like, it just looks great, man. Like, it's definitely really awesome. And then I added in just some nice one-way roads to make it all nice. That looks really cool, that little area where you can either exit or continue around the roundabout. I think that area right there looks really cool. I like that the alleyways do kind of morph into each other a little bit. And then I realized, originally it was going to be the city high school, which, first of all, that looks freaking weird. But then I was like, oh my goodness, small town high school. It fits. So if it fits, it sits. And that is what I did, yes. Added in a couple of little basketball fields and then some manicured grass, of course, because if anywhere takes money, it is the high school. They take a lot of money. And then I did this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this awesome little area. You see that right there? That is what I'm going to be doing. With the row homes especially, filling it in with trees, making it look all pretty and stuff when you fill them in, and not having them be like this weird dystopian-like thing, which, you know. Anywho, this was gonna originally be an elementary school, and I was like, no, they can go to Grapeseed's elementary school. Like, that's what I said out loud while building it, and I was like, no, they don't need to go. They can go somewhere else. This was a pain in the butt. This almost gave me carpal tunnel, I swear. So a lot of clicking in this video. I mean, look at this. This was all single-handed right there. Definitely was not fun. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Anything for the swarm. That's you guys, by the way. You guys are regarded as the swarm. My girlfriend told me to call you guys that, so therefore I must listen to her. At least I think it was my friend. I don't know. And oh my goodness, it is pouring outside right now. You might even hear some wind outside, so I apologize if you guys do hear that. But I mean, what am I gonna do? Control the weather? Who do you think I am, Mother Nature? I've never done my dad laugh yet throughout my channel, so you guys can enjoy that. I don't think, I've gotten a couple questions. First of all, I'm not buying a new microphone. That's something that I've gotten a question about. People have said, like, you should buy a new mic. No, I paid $150 on this. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at the row homes. Look at how awesome they look. Yeah, they look awesome. They look great. I feel like I could have gotten a better result if I just didn't fill in the middle squares, the middle zoning squares with the row home area, and then it would have filled in a little bit better. But I didn't want to risk it. I wanted to make it look more natural. It definitely did make it look more natural because the day before I drove through Newburgh and I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. This is how they do it. They don't make it look all uniform like this, right? So I deleted them and then replaced them. Deleted them, replaced them. It definitely tanked the population a little bit, I'd say. But, because I may have gotten rid of like a couple level 5 buildings, but that's fine. I didn't want any level 5 buildings in here anyways. Like, I didn't, It was annoying, man. This was I'd say this was definitely a pain in the butt to do too, like, without a doubt. It was just, you gotta take your time, right? But nothing becomes annoying until you let it become annoying, right? Like, if I sat here and I just did this and I was calm, like, I was listening to jazz music while building this, I was chilling out. I was in my own little vibe zone, That's what you gotta do when you do anything busy. When you do any busy work, you just wanna vibe out, chill out, and just be like, yeah, man, this is pretty freaking cool. Just chill out, yo. The Scarp office sector right here. This is a pretty cool area. I really like this. I think it looked pretty new. Again, the Scarp, this will not be the last time you're going to hear about Scarp. Scarp is going to become a very prominent feature in the county. Don't worry, Windsor is not the only failing city in this county. Like, oh yeah, wait, you think that this is Magnolia County where everything's perfect? No. This is Sonder County, bud. This is the place where dreams come to die. This is like evil Magnolia County. Yeah, that's the perfect comparison. This is evil Magnolia County. This is like Magnolia County if it had a very, very bad drug crisis. Like, immensely bad, and every single politician was very corrupt. Like, that's what I envision Sonder County to be. Except for Grapeseed. Grapeseed, I will defend with my life, and anybody who doesn't agree with me, you're banned. No. Like, what? Why would I ban you from my YouTube channel? It's not like I have, it's not like I have a massive following. If I ban someone, it would definitely be a big hit to my social reputation. No! Guys, when is Raycon earbuds gonna sponsor me? I have 100 subscribers. Is Raycon gonna sponsor me anytime soon? Guys, please. No, I don't think I'll take any sponsors if I do get one. I don't know. Like, I feel like I could, but like, I don't think I should. Because, like, it's weird. I don't know. I don't like taking sponsors. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it that bad. All right, so then I tried this. Okay, this was a new maneuver. I took some row homes and I just kind of plastered them around, and it got a similar result. It got like about the same result. So, okay, that's what I'm probably gonna do for the future when I build row homes. I didn't like the fact that the thing looked just like really ugly, or it looked fugly, you know what I'm talking about? Like, fugly as hell, like, and placing down row homes manually, it's kind of fun. It was kind of fun. You go and fill it up with trees. I ignored the backyards, to be honest. I tried to, like, fill them in, but it's like, who lives in a row home and has a pool in their backyard? Nobody, probably. I don't think so. Maybe New York City, okay? And that's because everybody lives in row homes. But yeah, no, I think this was like the final-ish part of me building. There wasn't a lot else that I did in this video besides just kind of chill out, build up Windsor, and, this was the process of Windsor. I mean, Windsor is quite the extensive city. Its arm stretches out pretty darn far. It's a city that covers a lot of area, but like the downtown area is definitely pretty freaking dense. And not dense with people, it's dense with traffic. It's really funny how there's just cars perpetually lined up at all the intersections all the freaking time, and never ends. But you're never gonna see a person in the main street because everybody's scared. The crime rate is so bad, and it's interesting. If an area of people's lives in your cities, in City Skylines 2, gets really bad, they stop paying their taxes, and you get no revenue. So if you have a really bad crime rate and it gets above -12, people will stop paying taxes. So I thought it was a bug at first. I was like, why aren't people paying taxes in my city? I didn't really care because I was, infinite money. But it was because I didn't provide them with services. So I placed down a police station off camera and just to test it out. And I was like, oh, I'm making money now. Okay. Well, I'll be sure to remember that when I actually do try to make a real city. I'm too scared to manage the budget. No, it's just because I don't have a lot of ideas. At least when I play on creative, at least I call it creative mode because I played Minecraft religiously when I was a kid. Oh, but you're still a kid. Shut up. Anyways, yeah. So this was... Why did I get rid of that? What the heck? Why did I do that? Aw. Kind of stinks. What is this? What is this supposed to be? Oh, Brewer's Distillery. Right. Yeah, I was very, very confused for a second. I was like, what is going on with this? Yeah, no, and then I should have put it on another save. Why did I do that? Oh, well, at least I put it down in the dairy house. Okay. I guess that's just laziness got the better of me. And I was like, I don't want all these buildings to be done. Yeah, I put Brewers, like, in the city. I think that makes a lot more sense given the situation about the fact that this place used to employ 800 people. Which, looking back at it, 800 is kind of a stretch. I feel like this would be like 400, maybe 300. I mean, I'd like to imagine they probably owned a couple office buildings around the city. They probably, like, employed, like, a total of 800. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that definitely makes a lot more sense. Anywho, yeah, this was the last bit of the video. And you know what? I am tired as all hell, and I appreciate that you guys decided to sit here and be tired with me. So, if you're asleep already, wake up, and, if you're not asleep, thanks for watching the video, I definitely appreciate the fact that you decided to take the time out of your day, an hour of time out of your day, to watch this video, to which I say, go, like, do your homework or something while you watch these videos, please. This is just showing the process. It's not actual storytelling. Anywho, yeah, no, I'm gonna call it quits for today's video, and, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. As always, everybody, I take requests, so if you guys have any sort of, like, little comments, little features, or whatever that you want to ask, or if you want to personally contact me, you can contact me down in my Discord below, and also my Twitch, too, and my Discord. I already said my Discord. I keep trying to say Twitter, but it's not coming out of my mouth. But yeah, no. Anyways, guys, this is gonna be calling it quits for today. Like I said, thanks for watching. And you know what? I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, stay frosty, stay curious, and as always, everybody, my name is Brett, and peace out. Oh, wait. Hang on, don't leave just yet, because I need to build this hospital area. So we're just going to sit here and wait for me to finish. Any minute now. Yeah. Sometime soon. Yep, still waiting. We're still waiting. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, then it's not the end of the video. Wait, I just remembered something. Yeah, I built a bus area, too. Oh my god, I can't believe I sat there for a minute like an idiot waiting for the video to end. Yeah, no, I created a bus line around the county. Oh, Jesus. All right, well, let me restart this then. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you liked it, you know, leave a like, subscribe. You guys heard this already, but yeah, no, I created a bus line. That was the last part of the video that I made. Oh, my goodness. I cannot even believe the fact that I just sat there like an idiot, just whistling to myself. Yeah, no. So what did we do in this episode? We made a failing city. Congratulations. I'll be back again probably soon to finish up the city because I want Windsor to be done. I don't really like this. I got better ideas. And then we added in a little town hall. But yeah, no. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, bye-bye.